What is up, everybody? It's your boy Tino here, and as you guys were hanging out with me earlier, as we played a little bit of my GM 2K25, the Bash in the Berlin PLE, I appreciate you guys staying with me, hanging out, and watching that. I forgot to turn on my lights, but you guys also know that we had a little bit of a technical issue, as we always do seem here lately on the channel. But hey, we called Verizon, and apparently they don't accept internet around here, and the tower, I don't know. But why didn't you tell me this when we had this issue like 2 weeks ago? But we ordered some new internet. Hopefully, it will be here ASAP, and hopefully that will fix the gosh darn issue, guys, because we ain't having these issues this weekend, and I'm sick of it, and we need to figure it all out. But for now, it's working. Let's hope it does. Not, we'll go on our phone. We'll continue the preview show. But for now, we're here today to talk about all the things that are going to go down this Saturday at Crown Jewel. We're here to talk about NXT Showdown that went down last night, as it was an interesting show as we talked about it. We'll talk about all the other things going on. But how you guys doing? Most importantly, happy Wednesday. It's hump day, everybody. Yes, it is. We got some baseball playoffs going on. We got some reality TV shows on tonight, But let's talk about the 5 matches that will be here to preview tonight, and then tomorrow on the channel, maybe, and hopefully the internet will be here by then. We're going to simulate all the matches and see what happens in 2K. I appreciate you guys watching the 2K video. I know, like I said, it went out, but we figured it out, and we had ourselves a good episode. But let's talk about the matches that will be going down at Crown Jewel. We got Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed in an Australia street fight. We have Io Sky and Rhea Ripley as they take on Asuka and Kairi Sane. It is the Kabuki Warriors. We have the GOAT, Mr. Never Seen 17, Mr. John Cena, as he takes on AJ Styles and just to face each other. Because as AJ said, they don't need a story, they don't need a title, they don't need anything, because they are just that damn good at rivals, and we've seen them, the story writes itself. That's what I will say for that. But we also have the 2 matches that, to be honest, I'm not too interested in. This man is always live. Hey, Kyle, what's up, bro? I do want to make things clear that yesterday I wasn't mad or anything, and all the things and all that. So I just want to make sure you knew that everything that was in the chat yesterday, that I was just messing around and all that stuff. Sometimes I know it can come off bad in the chat and everything, and I appreciate you though, Kyle. Always coming in. Yeah, you know what? I love being live, and as I've talked about it, I've said it a lot, as before we get in talking about all these matches, it gives me some type of like adrenaline rush that just, I don't know. I love going live. I get excited. It gets me, hyped up. And if I didn't have all these damn internet issues, it would be fantastic. And, with the gaming, I don't know. I thought you were kind of mad at me yesterday during the night shift because I was making comments about the mixer and everything. So, I feel you, though, because I would not want to get up at 5 o'clock and all of that and do all of that. But I just wanted to let you know that I did offer to do it. That was all. So, I don't know. I overthink everything, Kyle. Listen, it's my life. But we also have Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. It's title versus title. It's champion versus champion. They're fighting for the Crown Jewel title, and they're fighting for the ring and all the shenanigans. I don't know. But yeah. So happy Wednesday, everybody. What's up, Daniel? Appreciate you. Well, guys, let's go, and let's not waste any more time, and let me stop rambling, and let's talk about these matches. And the first one I want to talk about here today is the one I am least excited for, to be honest. And I don't really know what the point of this match is. I don't know where we're going with it. I don't know what we're doing. But Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane, and Asuka, they've kind of been feuding as of late. But to be honest, it has not been, I will say this. I do like that Asuka is heel. Now, I've always liked Asuka as a heel better than when she was a face. And I just think she plays that character off, as we've talked about a lot on the channel, with people that are just better faces and heels, and the other way around. This match, though, there's no stakes. It's just 4 women that are just mad at each other. Io lost her BFF. They Damage Control finally officially broke up, as I don't know. Kyle, give me a reason on why you've enjoyed this feud. because it's not that I guess I don't. It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's just that I feel like, you know, with whatever they're doing with these women and with them, I don't even know how to say it. I feel like they could be doing something else, I guess I should say. Or maybe even have them fight for the tag titles, because we will see Zarya and Saruka take on Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. I have enjoyed Alexa Bliss and Charlotte as a tag team and everything, but we know with the tag teams, there hasn't been too many women's tag teams in general that have feuds with and to do whatever they're going to do. And do I really think Saruka and Zarya are going to win the tag titles? Probably not, when they do eventually try to get an opportunity. But yes, so appreciate it. Also, I did say that, and I did say it on the simulation episode that will go live tomorrow. Shout out to Kyle for letting me know that, because I was going to get up earlier than I thought, and we don't want that. I need sleep. I love sleep. I'd sleep all damn day if I could. There's been a couple times where I've woken up at like 6:50 and got 10 minutes to get ready to go live for like Raw or SmackDown. So love myself some sleep. But tag teams, that's been my biggest thing, is I hate when they put the two women or two top stars. It just so has happened to very well work out with Alexa and Charlotte. But, I don't know. It's just one of those things with me. Yes, exactly. Vitamins and coffee. I'm actually going to go get my McDonald's coffee on Friday night to have it ready. Shit. I was thinking about it. I was saying it too. I was thinking about going live from SmackDown all the way until Crown Jewel was over, but I don't think I'd be able to stay up all night. And yeah. So we will not be doing that. There will be two separate shows. But we have that match. Now, I didn't even give you my predictions on this match. This match, though, 4 great women. These girls going to go out there and kill it. It's going to be a good match. I think it will be a good show with all 4 of them. But out of the matches that we do have, I feel like this one might be the one that people are least excited for. But either way, I'm going to say that Io Sky and Rhea Ripley lose this match, and Asuka and Kairi Sane actually get the win. Asuka, when Asuka first came into NXT, WWE, she was undefeated for a long time. She was the reigning, defending NXT Women's Champion. She did all these great things, and then when she came to the main roster, it was just like, what the hell are we doing with her? But I would love to see Asuka and Kairi get a win, get a little momentum under their belt. Maybe we'll see Asuka kind of do her own thing. I guess I really don't know where this rivalry is going, and it just kind of feels like they're putting this match on the card to have the match on the card. We'll see what happens, though. I'm going to take the Kabuki Warriors to get the dub for that one. I hit Thea Hale up for some. He said hit Thea Hale up for some. I might. I mean, I do also, before we talk about the other matches that are on this show, I wanted to give you my thoughts and more thoughts on Showdown, Invasion, whatever the hell you want to call it, because for me, and Kyle and Jay Gold talked about this on the night shift last night, it just felt like another Tuesday episode of NXT. It didn't feel special. It didn't feel anything crazy. It was cool to see Matt Cardona. It was cool to see some of the other people on there, but there was nothing to where it was like, oh my God, we're going to go back and need to rewatch the show. The Survivor Series style matches didn't feel like they were that great. And we talked about it while we were doing the preview show. And we talked about it while we were watching the show last night. The commercials hurt it. They should have just done this as a special event, a special Sunday event, Saturday event, whatever. They didn't have to do it this Tuesday. They could have done it in a couple more weeks. They could have built a couple more matches. We could have had Josh Briggs and Matt Cardona at the show. We could have had freaking Thea Hale take on Zaya Brookside, just to throw out 2 names out there. There are so many other things that they could have done with it. And for me, and I know a lot of other people have talked about it, I just am very disappointed in the show, and I'm very disappointed in everything that went down with that. And, yeah. And then all of a sudden at the end of the show, Ava and Santino are best friends again. And then they're making partner. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But just wanted to give you my thoughts about that, because we didn't get to talk too much about it, and I like to talk on these episodes. So there's my thoughts about Invasion and Showdown. Let me know if you guys thought anything different, if you guys saw something that maybe I didn't see, or what were you guys' overall thoughts of Invasion or Showdown, I should say. Now, let's talk about a street fight because it is an Australia street fight. It's just going to be them fighting in the ring. They're not going to the street like we all wish and hope every single time. It would be cool, though. Again, why, if it's called a street fight, can't we start the match in the street? Just saying. That would make the most sense, people, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it make sense to have these two go, have them fight around a bunch of cars? Maybe Braun Strowman will come out randomly because he's got that new show on USA. Maybe he'll bring out a cheeseburger and then he'll flip over another car. I don't know. But these two, I thought, and I said it too on the simulation, I thought we were going to see Braun Breaker. I thought we were going to see Roman Reigns take each other on. I thought we were only going to see these Bronson Reed and Roman go at it one time. But it looks like they're continuing the feud, and it looks like we'll have to wait a little bit longer for Roman and Braun Breaker because eventually we have to see those two go at it. And it's only a matter of time. I love myself some stipulation matches, but they never live up to the expectations. They never live up to the hype, and they just never live up to what anybody wants them to ever be. So I'm not going to get my expectations too high with this match, but I am going to say that Roman Reigns does not win this match. I'm going to say Bronson Reed wins. And I might be a little controversial with my first two picks, but Bronson Reed, I think getting a win would not be such a bad thing. Roman is only here every once in a while. There are rumors that he's going to compete in the War Games match this year. I'm very interested to see and what you guys also think what the War Games match will be, because I just personally, I don't know what it's going to be. And I don't know what teams it's going to be, because it looks like we could see a Roman Reigns, maybe a CM Punk, a Jey Uso, guys like that. And then we see Braun, Seth, and Brock Lesnar maybe. And I even said it when we were talking about AJ Lee's return and how I would book AJ Lee's 1 year fully back in the WWE. What if they had a War Games where it was 4 men and a woman, where they had Becky Lynch part of Seth's team, and maybe AJ is part of Roman, AJ, Punk, Jay, and LA Knight. No, not LA Knight. Somebody else. I don't even know. Somebody let me know in the chat who else it would be. Or Jimmy, I guess we could say. But I don't know. Whatever they're doing with all of that. But that we could see something like that for War Games. But Bronson Reed, these guys are going to go out there and kill it. It should be a good show. We know we're going to see our chair spots. Maybe we'll see some Slim Jim tables. Sure, Roman or Bronson's going to go through an announce table. Braun Breaker will definitely be a part of this. Paul Heyman will probably be on the side causing drama. We may see Jimmy and Jay. Jimmy and Jay do not have a match on the show. We'll probably want to get them involved, especially after what happened this past Monday on Raw. But, as I said, I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to say that Roman Reigns loses to Bronson Reed. Yeah, Night Shift, they do no ball. Mostly Kyle, though. Not John or Josh. Is it Josh? That's why I just say Jay Gold. Matt Cardona lost to my boy Ben Bishop on Sunday. Yes, he did. And didn't the OTM guys just interview Ben Bishop? I think everybody, if you guys have not yet, you should go check that episode out. We will need a kangaroo. Will we see where the hell are you getting a kangaroo at? And Crown Jewel. Didn't Logan Paul come out in a kangaroo a couple years ago at Crown Jewel? When he took on Roman Reigns, didn't he? Hey, we got the man, the myth, the legend, the man of the 8,000 t-shirts. Lamar, when you coming back for SmackDown, bro? We keep promoting you and you don't show up, man. You're like freaking Joe Hendry. I think we gotta keep saying his name, guys, till he appears. What's up, Lamar? How you doing? Hope the OCC doesn't get written off. I don't think he's gonna get written off yet again, but it would be really cool to see Bronson Reed do a tsunami to Roman onto a car. Boo OTC on top. Man, I don't know. I think Roman wins due to the setup for War Games. I could very well see that. Bloodline versus Vision. Do you think we do see a woman or do we see women? Oh, and see, I keep forgetting about Jacob Fatu. The Vision. Where do we need to see Drew McIntyre again? in War Games. I don't know about that. I ordered all gas, no brake t-shirt. That's awesome. I love to see it. Soon, I promise. You guys heard it here first. Soon. The fake tribal chief, Mr. All Gas, No Brakes, he calls himself Jacob Fatu, Mr. Lamar, will return soon to the channel. Now, let's get to and let's talk about our first champion versus champion match. As it is, there is no title. Well, okay, there's a title on the line, but it's not the crown jewel title's on the line, and then the winner of the match, because they cannot bring the championship back to the U.S., they get a ring like Cody was wearing 2-3 weeks ago on SmackDown, and then we will see that, and that is how that goes. This match doesn't have anything other than that. There's no number one contenders. There's no nothing others, and it's just going to be a match between two women that are at the top of their game right now. And again, as much as I am excited for this match, I just personally don't like the champion versus champion matches. I just think that they could do something else to have this pay-per-view feel a lot more legitimate and a lot more worthy of having to pay that $30 a month on ESPN, and also having to wake up at 6 a.m., 8 a.m. Eastern time, if you guys see that right there. That is not a error. That is, it does start 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you're up. Make sure you get your sleep. And have yourselves a good old time. Because we'll be here live. But Tiffany, you know, if it ain't Tino's Tom, it's Tiffy Tom. And Stephanie Valkyrie, the champion after she defeated Io Sky. Tiffany Stratton is not lost. Tiffany Stratton is on a run right now that honestly I feel like that a lot of people are like talking about bad, but she still goes out there. She defends the title. She competes for the most part every week. She's doing her thing. She shows up and she's being a fighting champion. And that is the one thing that I will always respect about Tiffany, because yeah, you could say what she wants and it's been boring, this and that, yada, yada, yada. But we've seen a lot worse champions, and we've seen championships like the Raw Tag Team titles that have not been defended by two people. I think they said, what is it, freaking July or June? What the fuck are we doing here? Put those tag titles on the line. I don't know. But these two gonna go out there. They're definitely gonna kill it. I don't know how long this match will be. I'll say a good 17 minutes. I know J-Dog likes me to tell the match times for it, so I'll say like 17 minutes for this. And after it's all said and done, I'm going to say that Stephanie Valkyrie actually walks out the win. And Stephanie Valkyrie is the one to defeat Tiffany Stratton. And she ends her undefeated reign. And Tiffany Stratton, you know, she doesn't lose her title. She loses in Australia. But she'll still go home. She'll still have herself some fine time. The only difference is Stephanie Valkyrie will come back with a ring from Crown Jewel and from Australia. That's pretty much it. That's all I got to say about that match. If you guys got anything else to say, let me know. But these two, I think it will be it will be a good match. I do also think that this match could start off the show, unless we've seen something else. Maybe they have set a match that is going to start off the show, but I think we start off with this one, and I think we end with Cody and Seth Rollins. I think. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I'm going to assume that happens. Now, speaking of Cody and Seth Rollins, let's talk about these two, because it's been a rivalry made and it's years in the making, and they've been fighting forever. They're going to fight forever, from the WrestleMania match, their Backlash match, from the Hell in the Cell in Chicago when Cody competed with a torn pec and he had that bruise all over his chest. From this one, it's match number 4. It's Cody Rhodes. It's Seth freaking Rollins. It's the Vision. It's the American Nightmare. Who's walking out your Crown Jewel champion and getting that ring? Cody's going to try to become like Tom Brady. But with Seth having Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, Becky Lynch, because you know Becky don't have a match, but Becky going to be there. You know dang well Becky going to be there. Becky will be a part of the show, I bet, somehow, in some sort of way or fashion. I just, again, just like Tiffany and Stephanie, we have not seen Stephanie and Tiffany take each other on, but we have seen Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins take each other on 3 times, and Cody Rhodes has been yet to be defeated by Seth Rollins. They obviously have their past to being best friends, and if it wasn't for Seth Rollins being his Shield at WrestleMania 40, we very well might never be talking about Cody Rhodes finishing the story, and he could be still trying to finish that story if it wasn't for Seth Rollins. These two have been through a lot. They friends, enemies, and friends. They're frenemies at this point. I think that these two, again, put on a great show, put on a great performance. Again, we'll probably see some type of shenanigans with it. Maybe Jay gets involved, maybe Jimmy gets involved, and maybe just maybe Cody is that fifth member or other member. Maybe it's Cody, or maybe Cody takes the Survivor Series pay-per-view off, because I don't want to see it personally. I wouldn't hate it, but I also wouldn't want to waste one of John Cena's last matches being War Games. But it is one match that he has never competed in, is one of the only reasons why I wouldn't mind it. But again, it really would not make sense for John Cena to compete in the War Games match. But Survivor Series is one of his other last 5 dates. But Cody could very well be part of Roman's team. We've seen Cody compete in a couple. So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see with that, where it goes with that. But who's going to win this match? I'm taking Seth freaking Rollins. There ain't no way they're letting Cody walk out with 2 Crown Jewel champions, 2 Crown Jewel rings. And, I think Seth will definitely get some help. Maybe Bronson and Braun with Becky. Maybe we'll just see all of them. We'll see the whole vision come out. But either way, after it's all said and done, after these two fight for a good 24-50. 24-50, almost 25 minutes. These two will go at it with entrances. Well, okay, not with entrances. With entrances, it might be an hour. Who knows? But, like I said, I don't know if I'm really that excited to wake up at 6, 7 a.m. to watch Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins fight for the 4th time, in which really it doesn't mean anything except them fighting for a ring. Because, again, they don't bring the championship back to the United States. They leave that in Australia. I think they put their name on it, and that is it. I'm not even sure about the name, to be honest. But the name and the reason why I'm getting up for this pay-per-view, you just oops. But the reason why we're waking up for this pay-per-view and the reason why I'm excited to watch it, it is one final time. It's Mr. Hustle, Loyalty, Respect, Mr. Never Seen 17, John Cena, as he's taking out one of his greatest rivals. It is the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. You guys remember back in 2016 when it was beat up John Cena. AJ Styles, the OC, they had themselves a good old time on SmackDown when it was the house that AJ Styles. It was the house that what was this saying? Let me know. I forgot, guys. What was it in the chat? It was the house that AJ Styles built. It was right. I don't know. Let me know. I forgot what it was. But these two, we've seen them fight at Rumbles. We've seen them fight at big shows. We've seen them fight on Raws and SmackDowns. We've seen them be buddies. We see just like Cody and Seth. I swear to God, they're like best friends. They're frenemies. They hate each other. They don't like each other, and we all go back to hugging each other at the end of the day. Cody Rhodes, now we're going back to Cody and Seth. John Cena and AJ Styles. As AJ Styles said this past Monday on Raw, John and AJ don't need a story. They don't need any type of anything. Maybe a couple promos as we saw there, but it writes itself. They're going to go out there. They're going to put on a good performance. I don't think this match will main event the show, as I said. I do think it will be Cody and Seth that will end the show with Cody or Seth. My pick, Seth, holding reigns, and maybe we'll watch them go and do what Liv and Cody did last year. If you remember, after they won their matches, they went on a golf cart and they gave away their titles, and then they got their ring. Who the hell knows? I don't freaking know. We'll figure it out when, and hopefully we wake up at 6:30 a.m. to watch the show. See how it goes. But it should be a good match between AJ and John Cena. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be probably, for me, the best match of the night. Unless Roman and Braun actually do something crazy in the Australia street fight. But again, I don't want to get too excited for that. John and AJ. John definitely also needs to make up for his Brock Lesnar WrestlePalooza disaster that poor Too Sweet Kyle had to witness live and had to spend his money when he could have not had to and watch that disaster that they let those poor people see in Indianapolis. John Cena, Brock Lesnar. I don't know. But will we see Brock Lesnar? No. I'm going to say no for Brock Lesnar in this match. I think we don't see Brock until maybe Survivor Series. Like I said, maybe Brock's part of Survivor Series. And maybe that's how, I don't know. Maybe that's how we see John and Brock one more time. But again, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But also, then again, we could, it's in like a month, guys. War Games it's ridiculous. Time just keeps going by like it's freaking, yeah. But Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, what the hell am I talking about? AJ Styles and John Cena. You already know who I'm taking. There ain't no other winner than Mr. 17, never seen 17, John Cena. He's got to get his lick back from losing to AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. He's got to get his lick back from that awful performance. I don't even think it was John's fault at WrestlePalooza. I think it was just Brock Lesnar being Brock Lesnar, and that's what we always are used to with Brock Lesnar. But John Cena is going to win the match. He's going to take out AJ Styles. Maybe AJ Styles, and as you guys did know, and if you have not seen, you should know that AJ Styles will be retiring at the end of 2026, it seems. So maybe, and we're probably not going to get an AJ Styles farewell tour, but we could see AJ Styles maybe like have some very big matches. And remember, it's just one of those things. As their careers wind down, getting these matches is a blessing at the end of the day. So I'm excited to see it go down. I'm excited to see it happen. It's been a long time since they fought, and we didn't know we were going to get this match until they asked for it on social media, and Triple H accepted it and put it through to the office or however the hell they do that, and then the match is made official. But you're John Cena. Win the match. Taking out AJ Styles. And that is our Crown Jewel show. We have 5 matches. We don't have too much going on. Other than that, there isn't other matches that I think will be added on SmackDown or any of the other stuff. I mean, we very well could, but they really have not seen to be. I just returned back to. He said, I just returned back. Tell QB I said, what's up? He said, I just returned back to Bay. Cena and AJ main event. I don't think that it will, but I wouldn't hate it to main event because I do feel like it could very well be the best match. And again, other than that stupid ring and that stupid title, what exactly is Cody and Seth fighting for? Nothing. Seth's not even with Cody. If Seth wins, it'd still be 1-4 or 1-3. And he would need. I just don't see it happen. The Bronze. The house that AJ. There it is. The house that AJ Styles built. SmackDown Live. There we go. I don't know why it was like. I was getting the. I think I'm dyslexic sometimes. All the time. Anyway, guys, that's all I got here for you though. I am done. We got no more chats. I did order the new internet box, as I said earlier on in the show, if you were here, as my internet starts to buffer again. I just can't. Verizon, why didn't you tell me this 3 weeks ago, a month ago, when we had this issue and we talked on the phone and you didn't tell me? Whatever. I don't know. I'm just annoyed. Hopefully, it will fix that issue ASAP. But guys, until we come back here tomorrow for a simulation, as we just previewed all these matches and I told you my thoughts tomorrow, we're simulating all of these matches. We're going to see what WWE 2K25 decides. Who wins the Crown Jewel title and ring? Who wins AJ and John? Who wins the tag team match? We're going to find it all out tomorrow on the channel, as it is another simulation of WWE 2K25. We'll also be live on Friday night SmackDown. As I said earlier, we're going to try to go live when it is actually live. If I can figure out a way. If not, we will be here at 7 p.m. to watch the show. And then I'm gonna have Cassie knock me out and hopefully wake up at 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. to watch Crown Jewel. Because then, if you are up like me, make sure you come and hang out with me as we watch the show that we just previewed. Hopefully there's some surprises, but I never get my hopes up too high. It's an early morning show, as Kyle said. Get your vitamins, get your coffee, and come and hang out with me. Guys, that's all I got here for you. Go follow all the social medias. make sure you go and check out the OTM guys. They're on the road to 500. The Main Event Network crew, we're on the road to 300. Tino's time over here, 4,000. I think, God, that sounds so bad when I say it. But no matter what number you're at, go and subscribe. Help everybody out. And let's continue in whatever roads their channels are on. And let's keep doing it. If you are a baseball fan, the Southside Boys will be back for the 2026 baseball season. And I think and I hope that it could be a better season than the White Sox have had in a long time. We'll see what happens then. But that's not until March next year. Just keep supporting the channel. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Turn that notification button on. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. And as Michelle likes to say, good night until next time.